Oh, damn. Oh, it's been a minute, huh? In a minute. In a minute. In a minute.
In a minute.
Yo, boys. Welcome back to Happy Hour, Quick Sixer podcast. It's your boys.
Feeling good.
Bro, we feeling good. It's your boys, Pat Arts, Drew Pasley. If it's your first time listening to Happy Hour episode, you're fucking up. Go ahead and subscribe to that shit's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and check out our Instagram for any upcoming shows and stuff we post.
Get up on the iTunes.
Get on that iTunes.
Get on that wherever you get podcasts.
Yeah, go ahead and get that podcast. Go ahead and support us on that Patreon. Patreon.com/Quick Sixer if you want to do that. We got a shop. Anyways, let's get out of the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a special episode, Drew.
I know.
And you're really happy about it. You know what I'm saying? I gave a little preview. Preview.
I got the preview. You can already see that boy right here.
Oh, shit. We doing one.
This a dream come true. You know what I'm saying?
Finally, we doing another Bearded Iris episode. You know what I'm saying? This one's special.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, you want to reveal why it's special? Or you want me to?
It's special because we got a special guest.
Oh shit, we got a special guest coming in.
And Pat, tell us who that special guest is.
Chanda Grubbs. Chanda Grubbs. She's from Bearded Iris. So we're gonna hear from the fucking source.
I love this. I love that, like, when our podcast turned into a traveling show and we were going over to all these different breweries and stuff. And I love that now, like, even though we're stuck at home, we're stuck in this virtual shit, Zoom, we are getting brewers and people from the breweries to come in and hang out. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's the dream, huh? Shout out Travel Channel. Go ahead and hit us up. We good.
Yeah.
Right after pandemics, we're gonna get the vaccinations,
please,
and then we're gonna just go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
But besides Chanda joining us, so Shanda's not a brewer, but she does work at Bearded Iris. So, and she's the person who has hooked us up with beers. So, not these particular beers. I bought the beers that we got on this one, but. Bruh.
She hooked it up. I got the shirt, You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she did. She gave us these shirts. And I want to talk about why we're doing a Bearded Iris episode. I mean, we've already done a Bearded Iris episode, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, Pat Drew, what are you guys doing? Like, what's the deal?
Go on.
The deal is our friends at Bearded Iris just had an anniversary.
Oh,
and I think you noticed we usually crack a can by this point.
I'm wondering why.
Bro, you thirsty, ain't it?
I'm thirsty.
Oh, damn. All right, so they just had their 5th anniversary.
Oh.
BIBCO 5th anniversary, Bearded Iris Brewing Company. You know what I'm saying? BIBCO. Yeah. And they went ahead and brewed these special joints. This reason.
That rhyme and a reason.
Oh, that rhyme and that reason. Oh, that rhyme and that reason. You know what I'm saying?
Us holding rhyme and reason up is an oxymoron.
I love it. Hold on. Hold it still for a sec. I'm going to take a screenshot of that eventually. Oh, you boy. Anyway, these are pretty dope. They're, so full transparency. I haven't had any of these. So,
but to find
we're
out,
we're going to get into it, but about why. But these two, they did a couple other bottled beers, but these were the anniversary beers.
Okay.
And
Pat had to choose these to do the anniversary. He just had to have them. You know why? Because this boy's an 8. That's an 8. And now tell him what that reason is.
Oh, the reason we doing this is a 9.1. You know what I'm saying?
He'll find a way.
Yeah, this is the reason. Both of these are collabo beers with other breweries, and
that's
that 8, yeah. But this one, the reason is with Other Half, Creature Comforts, and Burial Beer. What do you got? Modern Times.
Yeah, Modern Times, Highland Park Brewery, and Green Cheek Beer Co. I'm loving this. I'm loving the collabs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, I love when people do collabs for their anniversaries. Like, these are our homies. We're gonna give them a shout out to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, oh,
Bruh. Okay, so this is a double IPA.
Hey,
It's got
before you get into that, I just have to stop and say, this is the very first beer that I've cracked in my new house.
Oh shit!
That's
Congrats to that, Drew.
first.
Congrats to that, Drew Paz. He got a window, bro.
Yeah,
he got a window.
If you're looking on YouTube, you can see I'm in my new office. It's not set up yet. I don't have any of my furniture, but I had to do some work on the house, so I had to come do the podcast here. Get everything set up. First beer ever cracked. Here we go.
With that rhyme, that reason. So this joint's a double IPA. It's got Rawaka, Mosaic, and Nelson hops.
Ooh.
What you got?
All right, so we got a double IPA over here. Simcoe, Citra. Is that Syro? What? Cryo? Yeah, Citra Cryo. And Strata. But I can't pronounce nothing.
I know. And your boy gonna put it in that beer. The beer, this chalice. You know what I'm saying?
The chalices.
I rarely drink out of this because it's hard as fuck to clean. But I'm excited for this.
You gotta throw it out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go out for the episode.
I drink out of this when you have company over, or you trying to show off and whatnot. But I don't know, when you crack that shit, bro, it's fragrant.
It really is.
It's fragrant. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. I know I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you right now why I know I'm gonna like it right here. So I got the rhyme too.
Oh.
Right? Also got the clairvoyance.
Ooh. You'd be seeing into the future.
Also got that chasing rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Also got that OG home style, that home style one.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that other anniversary beer that we might not touch because it's kind of heavy, boy. That triple home style, triple IPA, wet hopped with Citra. Yeah. That's that double dry hop Mosaic Cryo, frozen Citra.
Damn.
It's that fire. All right.
You're going to have to.
That's a 10.0, my dude.
You're going to have to plan a day out for that month. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have that willy-nilly,
I mean, you might not. But your boy might, you know what I'm saying? What am I saying? Your boy has, you know what I'm saying?
Pat would turn a 10.0 into a shower beer. You never know.
That's a true story. You're like, oh man, I'm trying to get real turn in this shower. Let's go.
I'm gonna enjoy myself.
Yeah, I'm about to have a good last half hour of this day.
Speaking of, I showed Pat my new shower. That boy the head is right here on me. I'm only gonna be clean from here down. That's all. All this stuff gonna be dirty for the rest of my life.
You dirty boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and taste this joint.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
He got that,
bro.
He got to think about the notes all separate in his mouth.
It got a flavor I don't know if I've had in one of their beers before. Oh no, there might be a fruit in this bitch I don't know about. Maybe. Stone fruit, some shit like that.
Yeah. They be sneaking them stone fruits in there.
I know. Everybody be about that stone fruits. What's yours like, Drew?
Mine's good. Mine. Let me get one more taste. It's like I could taste the Citra for sure.
Yeah.
Other words, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's what the other things that I'm feeling. But it's a double IPA and it's crisp. It feels crisp on my tongue going down. It doesn't feel like that real bad hoppy taste that fills your mouth when it's a bad IPA. That hop I don't get that. It's crisp and smooth going down.
I think that's a perfect explanation of how Bearded Iris tastes. I feel like all their IPAs hit like this. It's exactly what Drew said. It's crisp, but it doesn't. There's no gnarly crazy weird or some weird hoppy flavor that you're like somebody didn't do something right here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm gonna have to be careful with it though, because your boy got an empty stomach, so it might be real interesting coming here in about 20 minutes.
Your boy fucked up on that one. I know, but while we wait for our guests, how about we get into one topic? This is, the happy hour show. So it is structured like the traditional quick sixer, a traditional quick sixer podcast. And we haven't done one in a minute. This has been like, I don't know. And you know what this one is? We invited Chanda on for, we did it for that Women's History Month.
Women's History Month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For that Women's History Month. We was reaching out, trying to see what women's from breweries would come on and like hang out.
Yeah.
And one of my first thoughts was, oh shit, well, why don't we, that would be sick. We get somebody from Bearded Iris. So that's how we did it. But
you guys, we gotta shout out all. I mean, we're super stoked to have Chanda on. We gotta shout out all the women that we have been associated with all these breweries, like the Beer Fairy,
Jennifer over at McLeod.
And speaking of all these women, your girl Chanda wants to come in. So, you ready for her?
I mean,
I'm
actually kind of glad because we didn't start a topic yet. Let's go ahead, bring her in.
All right. And here comes Chanda.
I really hope we're saying your name right.
Hey,
welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Chanda, if you don't mind, introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah.
My name is Chanda Grubbs, and I am from Bearded Iris Brewing.
Cool. Well, as you see, we've already started.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So we're doing the rhyme and the reason
nice.
One-on-one. Okay. I just showed off the other ones we got. And so I got Clairvoyant over here, Chasing Rainbows, the regular home style, and the anniversary triple home style. Chilling.
All right. Quite the lineup.
We're not going to get through all those.
Rhyme and reason properly based on code. Happy to see it.
Yeah. So we were just talking about trying to get someone on for Women's History Month, and we reached out to you and you kindly obliged.
Yeah.
So tell us what do you do over at and I'm drinking out that fancy boy.
Look at you. I love this. And rocking the shirt.
Yeah. I told you. I mean, we talk about you guys all the time.
Well, we appreciate it. That's wonderful. Really, really appreciate it. So I am one of the founders and owners of Bearded Iris. But my official job title, I think, is marketing manager. But I wear many hats, as we all do. We have a very versatile team of a lot of people who are willing to just kind of jump in and do all the things. So we all wear many hats here.
That's cool. So we actually, before you got on, we're talking about your 5-year anniversary. And since you're one of the co-founders, I want to know, like, how has things changed? Have they gotten bigger? Like, what all was going on?
Well, it's been a wild ride. I think for everyone, particularly for the hospitality industry, for food and bev generally, the past year has been one pivot after another, I think. Right. But it's been interesting. It's been fun. It's been crazy. It's been hard. It's been stressful. All of the things. But somehow along the way, we've picked up just like an incredible crew of people. And honestly, it's like what keeps us all coming to work every day and keeps us trucking along. And we've also picked up some incredible fans and friends along the way. And it's just really makes it all worth it.
They love it. So I'm not in Nashville, but Pat is. And every time, so when we started our podcast back, every time we were bringing our special beers on, he had to bring up Bearded Iris. He was like, I got to get in contact with them. I got to get in touch. So it's really definitely a pleasure for us to have you on.
Especially me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was at a work party the first time that went to Bearded Iris because we moved to Nashville from LA, and we were doing like production shit, and then moved to Nashville. My wife got a job here, so I was like, oh, fuck it, let's go. And she was at a work party. She's like, hey, we're having it at this brewery. It's like in Germantown. That's what it. And I was like, all right, sick, let's go. And so we go, and it's you guys. And I was like, this might be the best beer I've had in this city. Like, honestly, because
Awesome.
I don't know if you can see these trophies back here, but this one is from McLeod Ale. It's Van Nuys, California. That's Russian River, and this is Santa Monica Brew Works. These are all like past sponsor stuff. So, but there's tons of other Quick Sixer shit in here. But it was one of those things. Like when we started the podcast back up to try to like it was during right when COVID hit, I think. Yeah. And we're like, well, shit. A lot of our brewery friends are like really hurting.
Struggling.
Like maybe, yeah. So like maybe we can help them out. Like show their beers off on the show and like tell people how to get them, and like because a lot of people were doing like you can order or call us, and we'll like you can drop them off in the like on the on the loading dock or something.
Yep.
So we're like, all right, well, we're gonna reach out and start this thing back up. And yeah, I don't know. I've been hyping it for a minute.
I'm sure everyone has appreciated you guys doing that. It's been tough. People have had to be very flexible, do things they've never done. I mean, we thankfully didn't have to do this, but many breweries had to shift entirely to canning, having never canned anything, I'm thankful that we got some of that under our belt before it all hit, and we were able to pivot to package in that way, but that was still tough. And there's also a difference, not being able to have a draft home style at a concert, like come on, that hits, so it's been really interesting, but the past 5 years have been cool. And all the things. So thank you guys so much for hyping us. It truly means the world to us.
And I saw you take a sip of something. What were you drinking?
Yeah, what you got?
So I'm still at the brewery right now, but I ran over and got a pour of Metropolitan, which we just released Monday. It was a quick team favorite. It's really nice. The Motueka comes through in like a really pleasant, like citrus electricity kind of zing. But it's also really rounded and soft, and it's a crusher. It's only like 6.5, so you can just
nice,
perfect for Drew. Yeah, Drew's always bitching about so I got a couple of these in the back that are like pretty high. Like that triple is a 10. And the reason's 9.
This is 8.
Yep.
Drew's talking about. He's like, I haven't even eaten today.
So I'm gonna take my time, but because like I'm more on the lighter beer. Like I like the lighter beers more, just because I don't get the body weight. I can't hang with these like 10s. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
You want to have a few, you don't want to like feel the first one immediately. Like you're in a conversation, you want to roll with it, like all about the lower ABV myself.
Yeah.
We've been actually speaking of, we're doing a thing with somebody pretty soon, and they're releasing what was it, Drew? A low-cal hazy IPA.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I am very intrigued by the idea. I love when people try new things. I think it's like, I'm always about it, right? Like experimentation is how we evolve. It's how we move forward, not only as individuals, but as an industry. And I think there really is like a market for low-cal. But if you're drinking low-cal, like you still want it to be flavorful. You still want it to have all of the qualities of what you would normally purchase or order. So I'm all about it. Like anytime someone releases a new low ABV or low cal offering, I will always try it. Especially if I'm going somewhere, like, I'm going to like family dinner, or in the olden days going to a party, and like you want to, slow roll throughout the day, or going to a cookout, like,
Well, speaking of like trying new things, and you're into the innovation, I wanted to ask you a little bit. So you collaborated with a couple breweries for these. What was that collaboration like?
Well, it
There's a
wasn't
bunch of them.
how we would have preferred it to be, you know. In the olden days, of course, we would have been able to have everyone here, and you know, collab brews are so much fun because if you only know, you know, one of the brewers, you get to probably meet their whole team or several people from their team, or if it's an old friend, you just get to hang out for the weekend. And I think everyone in the industry, but certainly we really love like collaboration. Not, you know, only in the abstract sense of like collaboration, teamwork, you know, but those moments where you just get to have dinner with, you know, brewers from New York or whatever, and you just get to shoot the shit and also talk about the thing we all still love. And it's really an awesome experience. So given COVID, we weren't able to do that, but we wanted to kind of have some of that feel again. So we chose basically our, you know, 6 other kind of best friend breweries that we really admire. Also, you know, East Coast, West Coast, and we just opened up a dialogue with them about it, and it had to take place virtually, but we still got a lot of the fun back and forth that we normally get, you know, in person. So
that's super cool.
So I don't know if this is like too behind the curtain, but like when you collab with them, is it just like you bounce ideas off of each other, then the beer kind of the brainstorm happens and then you make it? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, in the more or less, that's how it goes, especially in a virtual or digital sense. So, you know, normally you'd have the recipe kind of developed beforehand based on that back and forth. Just, you know, someone throwing out, hey, what if we did this? Or what if we use this? What if we tried this approach? And that's the fun of the collab. And then normally, you know, they'd come here, we'd go there. And then you actually brew it together. So you have the experience of brewing it together as well. We missed out on that portion of it, but still got to have the back and forth about recipe development, which is part of the fun and part of the learning. You know, everyone has their own techniques. Everyone has preferences and things they've picked up along the way. And it's really cool to be able to learn from each other as well.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So it was a lot of fun.
Speaking of just, I mean, you're talking about collaboration, like, and mixing recipes and whatnot. Like, how did you get interested in, like, why was brewing beer the thing for you? Like, what happened there? What clicked?
Well, I don't brew the beer. So.
But I mean, like you're a co-owner, so like you had to all right, I'm throwing on this. Like, what that?
What happened is I fell in love with a brewer.
There we go.
And there it is. I'm just kidding.
Yep, there it is. And actually on our first date, I ordered an IPA.
That was the moment.
Probably tell you what it was. Honestly, I don't remember. I was just getting into, at that point in my life, getting into IPAs. I have always and will always be an IPA drinker. It's just, I love the style. I love hops. And Bearded Iris has made me even more of like a diehard fan about that. But we, you know, we fell in love. The rest is history. And he and his childhood best friend and, you know, partner, and then everyone just kind of came together. We had this like really solid group of friends that came together with this passion and idea, and here we are.
Now is it? That's what's up though. That's pretty cool. What were you doing before? Like,
so I have been in the marketing industry for like 8 years, and in the brewing industry now for, you know, probably 6. So it happened to just really work out like perfectly that I was already in marketing and then just took over our marketing for the brewery. That's kind of from day one.
So it does. I mean, I feel like that's how that works. Like when you enter a new realm, a new industry or whatever, you still have to take all of your skills that you learned and utilize it to build up in the new situation. Like for me, me and Pat also were filmmakers originally. Like I am still a filmmaker over here in LA.
Yeah.
And I also am a digital marketing director for a nonprofit in Memphis.
Yep.
So like I have to do all the things that I know how to do for, the brand that I work for in Memphis, and then all this stuff. So I understand, like you had to pick up, okay, so now how I'm going to market, now that I know that I'm going to start a brewery, like what am I going to do?
It was honestly, it was really quite a natural fit. My education is in writing. So I have an MFA in fiction. So like a huge part of beer marketing is, social media or writing tantalizing beer descriptors. And for me, that was fun. It still is a blast. It's like my favorite part of my job. Because it's fun to imagine like how to describe something to someone else, and that's been great. So it was a very natural fit. And then I just kind of continued to pick up other tasks as my skill set grew. And I do all of our can design now too. I taught myself graphic design.
Wow.
I was gonna ask about it.
I was interested and wanted to. And I think, like I was saying in the beginning, Bearded Iris is just somehow a team of people who are constantly wanting to learn and grow, and we provide the space for that. So it's like, hey, you want to teach yourself graphic design and take over label design? Cool, do it. So it's been really great. It was a natural fit, and it's fun to just continue to expand, like my skill set here as well.
That's super sick.
Yeah.
And like beer is the best thing to market, it's not like difficult. Especially as someone who enjoys it. Someone who truly enjoys it and is very much like a craft beer drinker. It's a great job. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, if you got the best brewery in a city, then come on, how hard can it be?
Well, I don't know if we can claim that. I don't know if we can.
I will claim that for you. I'm putting that stake in the ground.
Go ahead and
just out here trying to make it.
Go ahead and put Pat Artist quote, best brew in the city. That's all you need, and everybody will come by it.
You come see, you'll see a flag out in front of right in front in the rocks out in front.
Right?
I really
across the sky.
Just write it in.
I really think it's interesting that you taught yourself the graphic design and like you want to do the labels and stuff. Well, like our last guest was like a graphic designer from BIBCO, it's a brewery in LA.
Cool.
And he was talking about like how he was doing. Sorry, I keep bumping my mic. By the way, I just moved, so I've got this new place, and I haven't moved in yet.
I was like, he's really minimalist.
He's sitting in a lawn chair right now.
I'm sitting in a lawn. Yeah, like he's not like I just came to test out the laundry machine. Like I'm not even. So anyway, so he was talking about being like an artist and like finding new like networking and finding people, whatever, and all this. He ended up in the brew world. Like he loved this brewery. He wanted to like do stuff, and I was like. Damn, like the craft brewing industry is so popular that it attracts people from different worlds. Like filmmakers want to go in there, graphic designers, writers want to go in there. Like it's just
skateboarders are up in there right now.
Skateboarders for sure. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think the wonderful thing about beer and something that I'm really, really passionate about personally, but also like when it comes to Bearded Iris beer, is that it's sort of like a unifier, right? It's kind of like this basically accessible thing, like be it you tried a Budweiser at 15 with your grandpa or whatever, like people have these memories associated with beer, and there's this culture that builds naturally from it. For me, people starting at a young age, and I think that's so cool. Because if you can tap into it and if you can speak to that in someone else, then like you find that unity with them, and I think then like the craft beer scene is just about elevating that experience and elevating those flavors and the mouthfeel and all those things about the beer. It's just really cool. I think that's why people are attracted to it.
funny you mentioned that entire thing because we're doing a show. We've been posting about it. We put out 3 episodes. One went out today. It's called BFFs. It's called Beer Friends Forever. And it's about, like, basically I interview somebody and they tell me a beer that is attached to their life and somehow. So just like what you're saying, like the Budweiser with Grandpa at 15, like it might have been a little bit younger for me, you know. You boy,
hey, we're not here to judge, okay?
I mean, your boy has way too much Anheuser-Busch apparel, and just not. It wasn't all bought from, like, I didn't buy it all, you know what I'm saying? But my family has an affinity for that.
The artists love the Budweisers.
Good Lord, if you could get an IV, like, come on. And anyways, we're doing this show called BFFs, and our last episode was about Budweiser because my family just can't. I don't know what the deal was. Like, I don't know what it is. They won't change from it. Like, it's
it's like a culture. I mean, it's like a. So I think there's something interesting about. Well, this is true across the board, but you know, like the idea of brand loyalty, right?
Yeah.
Well, my grandfather drank Budweiser. He was a Bud man, and then like my dad became a Bud man, and now I'm a Bud man. It's like generational.
100%.
It's fucking brilliant. But like that now, like, what are the new generational beer choices at this point? You know, I think that's something interesting to think about. Like, does that exist still in the craft industry?
You know what? I'll bet you it will develop. I don't know if it exists currently, but I'll bet you, because I mean, this whole, I know craft breweries have been around forever, but like the last 20 years have been a huge boom for them. You know, like people are really recognizing, like, oh man, like this is my local shit. I'm going to go, like, I like them. I'm going to support them. So they go and buy them, and they'll find something that maybe equates to what they grew up on, you know?
Right.
But so I think that might be, I mean, you guys could be that for Nashville, honestly. I think.
Well, Pat, I think you make
I'm
a
not
good
fucking
point.
around.
I think you make a good point because, like, we grew up, like you said, Chanda, it's like our family had, like, my dad was a Milwaukee's Best. Like, that's what he drank. Yeah. And we used to buy that cheap beer in the gas station or whatever, I would like try it, and I'm like, I don't like beer. I'm like, why does my dad drink this? But like our generation, our generation got into the craft brewing. Like everybody got into that. So I think at some point when we become older, it will be like that, like where we're like, no, you have to get this kind of beer, because when if I bring this beer to our cabin on the lake and my dad sees it, he's like, what are you, you know what I'm saying? But like when we get older, we're going to be like, what brewery did you get that from? You know?
Tell me the story of it.
Tell me the hops involved. I want to.
Wait, so what were your beers? So yours was Budweiser.
Mine. Yeah, Stella was Drew's. Drew's was episode 2.
Stella. Ooh, that's a good choice. I
love Stella though.
Dude, I love Stella. I drank Stella the other Sunday, like at a like outdoor family bar.
It's an easy beer to drink.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it, and it's like something that's sort of universal. Like you can find it almost everywhere, and that's nice to just be like, okay, cool. Right. Yep, I'll take that. I know what I'm getting out of it. I know what it's going to taste like.
Yeah.
My beer that I can like, I think that really made me realize that like craft was something else was Magic Hat number 9.
Oh,
we had somebody on that talked about Magic Hat. Yeah.
Like I just remember, like I was talking to my sister about this the other day because I found one of the like beer caps like in an old makeup bag or something that I was like cleaning out. And it's just funny because like that was the first time when I realized, I think, not only at that point, I really liked how the beer tasted. And I was like, oh, everything in the world isn't Bud Light, you know, at a party or whatever. But it was the first time that I realized a brand could have a personality that like resonated with me. And like the playfulness of the little like riddles under the cap. Like I was just like, that's it. You know, that's so, it's like universally appealing somehow because it's fun and it's not pretentious. And it like still sticks with me. I still think it was a brilliant move.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that beer for me was Gotta Get Up to Get Down Brown from what's the brewery in Memphis? The Wiseacre.
I think it's Wiseacres. Yeah.
That was the beer that did the same thing to me. I was like, oh shit, like this has like, it's like, oh, you know, it was really cool.
I just realized something, Drew. Oh my God. When I met Drew in college, Drew had a weird beer change. Like he was drinking this other shit, and then he went straight up to like he's only gonna drink Newcastle brown.
Oh yeah, I went to Newcastle.
This is it. This is the only thing he's gonna drink. And I was like,
wait, why? Did you start?
He doesn't know. He has no idea.
It was like a peer pressure or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think his roommate was like, I'm buying, this is my shit, you know. But like, bruh, that might have been why you tried.
Gotta get it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That connect for sure.
I'm trying to connect Drew's beer trail, you know what I'm saying?
Like
it's
fucked. Like this podcast has been such a learning experience for me, like throughout the years that we've done this. Like I think we started in 2017 because like just to think what was it? Oh, he's drinking. 2015. Okay. So there's a place in Memphis called Flying Saucer. Have you heard of this? Okay. So this
chain, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it has several beers on tap.
Right.
I would get Coors. Like that's how simple I was as a beer drinker when I was in college. Isn't that sad? Isn't that?
I don't know. I think at that, I don't know. If I had met you at that point, I would have thought it was sad. But now I've come full circle where I'm to the point of being like, what breweries like Coors do is actually pretty impressive. Like not only just the sheer size and scale of their operation, but the fact that every time you drink that beer, it is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Achieving that, honing that in is incredible. You know, like there's so much that goes into that. And so now I see it from that perspective where I'm like, wow, damn, that's respectable, you know?
That's really
so
good.
I might think now if we met and you're drinking a Coors, I'd be like,
I understand. He likes Coors. He likes Coors. Yeah. And it's gonna be the same exact beer every time.
You know what? I feel like the Anthony Bourdain idea of like any beer, as long as it's cold, is like the beer that I want to drink in a moment. You know,
that's like a quote.
Like there's no beer that I will not drink given the right context or the right moment.
Girl, we might be best friends. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, it all depends, you know? Yeah. So like, then the question becomes, how do you make the beer that's perfect for every moment?
All of the beers. Speaking of all of the beers, I'm going to bust open this rhyme.
Oh, okay.
You know, gotta show it off just a little bit. It's a little bit crispy. So full transparency, Drew. I put the wrong beer in the freezer. So usually I put the beers in the freezer for 15 minutes before we start the show because we're gonna be sitting here for an hour. I don't want them cold, like warm. And I put the reason not in the freezer, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to drink that one first. Like, I hope Drew doesn't give a shit. And luckily it was higher ABV, so he didn't care. But
no, after you guys each finish one of those cans, you're gonna be like, I don't care about anything.
No. It's already. If we already get to that point,
we're there.
I think I'm like right here. It's already.
Oh,
yeah, Drew. They're so smooth. That's the dangerous thing about them.
Yeah, you didn't get to hear what I was saying. Like when I tasted it, because this is. So I had a celebration because this is the very first beer that I cracked in my new house. So I was really, thank you, cheers to that. But I was telling him, I was like, okay, so this is a double IPA, and I tasted it, and I was like, this is crisp, but smooth when it goes down, and it doesn't fill my mouth with that hop, that hoppy thing that a lot of double IPAs do. It was crisp, but it like went down smooth. I was like, how?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. It's like a good bourbon, you're like, fuck, how'd I drink that so fast? You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take a sip of this. For just to reel it back, the episode with Budweiser was with my brother, so technically it was his beer to pick.
Oh, okay.
Now and I have yet to do, and I'm gonna make Drew interview me for it. But
what's your beer gonna be? Sneak peek.
If I know now,
it's gonna be a Bearded Iris. You know
actually, it might be. It might be. It might be this boy right here. It might be, but who knows?
We hope so. We would be.
Shit. I mean, you're fucking top of the list for whatever it might be anyway. So I mean, anyways.
Yeah.
We got topics we spent.
We do. I was just about to ask. Like, all right. So in a normal quick sixer show is 6 beers, 6 topics. Me and Drew learned our lesson real quick.
6 beers.
See, that's the lesson we learned. See, Chandra. Chanda, we learned this lesson real quick that
we're gonna learn
6
it the hard
beers
way.
in an hour with 10 was a.
We were young.
It was a 1 or 2 episode type of situation. All right. There was only a few episodes we actually did it, and it was a fucking mess. And like, debatably almost got divorced on one of them. Like, debated. But,
it's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
I pulled through. I did something that changed
That is
my mind.
ambitious.
Oh, I know. And it was a bad ambition to have.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Now we definitely had some guests that were down to clown. They definitely tried to get 6
They
in.
also did 6 beers. You guys didn't even tell me that was like the thing that we were doing.
Oh, that's the thing. So happy hour.
6-pack of Coors.
So the happy hour show is an evolution of the original Quick Sixer show when we did that. The happy hour show started when pandemic hit, so we could do stuff for breweries and our friends and stuff to try to bring some joy when shit was the world was burning. So
I will say this.
Still burning. We're still
100%. Haven't got that shot. People are like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, fuck you. No.
I will say this. We did get very popular being ridiculous, drunk.
Oh my God.
We got a lot of listens, and we were like, why do all these people like to hear us? And we were like,
we figured it out. Yeah.
After about the 30-minute mark of each of our episodes, you can't even understand what we're saying.
Well, I mean,
you guys should do like a drunk history thing where you
oh my God, drunk history had nothing on us.
As you're drinking them.
It was pretty fucked, honestly. But anyways, at least everything was within walking distance at that point, Drew. Like we could walk to each other's house. Like it was a good setup we had. But anyways, so now that we've gotten all the goodness out of the way, let's drop into some of these topics. I feel like I sent you a few, 6, and I think we should pick and choose at this point because we've gone over some stuff, like some good stuff. Oh, here's one I want to go back to. So the low-cal IPA thing. I wrote, what do you think is the next beer trend of like 2021? I saw a lot of like last year there was a shit ton of hazy IPAs coming in the market.
We saw some jalapenos. We saw some.
Some weird ass, some vegetables and shit putting in beers. You know what I'm saying?
some peppers.
Goddamn stone fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Stone fruit.
Stone fruit.
We saw
a lot of lactose. Okay.
Yeah.
Tons of lactose. So, which I've realized it's a hit or a miss for them lactose beers for me, honestly.
Yeah.
But
it's a divisive ingredient. Some people are all about it. Some people are kind of like, when it works, it works. Some people are like, hell no. So
I mean, my stomach feels the same way. It works if it works, but sometimes it's like, bro, you've made a bad choice. But what do you think is the next thing? I mean, you're in the belly of the beast. Let's hear what it's about.
I think that's $1 million question. I definitely would predict seeing more breweries take on the kind of low-cal, high flavor thing. It's something we've been interested in. We haven't done one yet, but it's something we've talked about for a while. So I think we are still very much interested in that. I think our brewers would like to see a comeback of like lagers and classic styles.
Yeah.
You know,
You guys making a lager?
what?
Are you guys making a lager?
Well, we do make a lager, Pep Talk.
Oh yeah.
But we have not made like a ton of lagers. But our new Sylvan Supply location will definitely feature some lagers.
Okay.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I think our brewers would be really down with some classic styles coming back, and I think that would be a natural turn for the industry. I don't know that this summer is when it turns, but maybe, you know, in a year or 2 years, the ship starts to shift.
Do you think?
I think more people are going to make seltzer. I think a lot of people are going to keep trying to make seltzers.
Dude. Yeah,
even
probably.
Like, I've seen a lot of conversation around non-alcoholic beers.
A lot of that,
Lagunitas just released one that's actually pretty good.
A non-alcoholic?
Yeah, non-alcoholic. And it was one of their famous beer, like one of their good beers. And they made it like they put an in front of the name. I can't remember the name of it.
A little something, I think, right?
No,
that's their like low cap. That's like their low cal, I think.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like an IPA or something like that. But I definitely see that trend coming, the non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I see the seltzer thing. I agree with you. I think people are going to try to perfect that.
Yeah.
Because like once it got mainstream and once those popular ones, what's the one Truly, and there's another one.
And I think I predict a lot of like just craft breweries taking a stab at that and seeing like, okay, can we make this really good? Can we be super intentional about sourcing fruit for it? You know, like there's so many routes you could go with that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't think we've seen the end of seltzers.
Oh, I want to ask you something. So whatever you're wearing matches this, and I think it's dope. I think it's a dope outfit because you matched.
You planned
your shit.
You planned it. I know you did.
I was like, damn, that looks familiar, and I was like, oh shit, that's right behind me. So
she designs clothes too. You know what I'm saying? She just does everything.
I wish. Maybe in my like next career.
Many hats. You know what I'm saying?
Retirement.
Hey.
I mean, you said you wear many hats. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
I do. It's true.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well, yeah, no, I agree with you guys completely. I think the locale thing is like pretty interesting. Actually, we can say who it was. They already announced what it is. It's the Carl Strauss's new collaboration with I forget. But it's a locale IPA. They posted a shit ton about it earlier this week.
That's great.
Yeah.
Trying it.
And like before we move on to the next topic, I will say like if the trend goes back to lagers, I think that will really hit hard. Because like that's like what I would go to. Yeah. Because like remember when I said like I went to Flying Saucer and I got Coors or whatever.
Yep.
It was because I didn't know the difference between so and so and so. So there's a lot of people out there like me who obviously didn't do a podcast for 5 years and know like different kinds of beers, and they see lager and they're like, oh yeah, that's the kind of beer that I normally drink. Let me get that.
Well, I think when you taste a lager, to you it tastes like beer. Right? Like in the most basic sense. Like you're like, that's a beer.
That is the beer flavor.
And I think that's cool. I think it's accessible. I think it's welcoming. I think it's all of the things that we want beer to be. So what if you just made like a really good one?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's talking about how when their country fully opens back up, if someone had like a dope lager that really hit, like, I mean, lager, it feels like the most American ass beer there is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if someone had one that hit really hard, like it could be a big deal for them, you know? Like, well, even if it was, especially if they were like national, but if they were local, fuck, you could have huge parties just based on that.
What if you were opening a tap room in Sylvan Supply in Sylvan Park in Nashville?
Who even knows?
Brew lagers.
Shit, who even knows? Who knows about these things? When Drew comes here to shoot another Gibson thing, then we'll stop by and we'll see what's up with that lager.
Yeah, well, you will definitely have to come. The tap room over in Sylvan Park is looking very cool. We're all so excited to open it. It's getting really, really close.
Nice.
And it's looking like a place that could serve people beer and make beer. And like,
great.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We just need the world to be in a different place. So
yeah.
Such a dope area too.
God. It is. There's a lot of stuff coming over there, a lot of build out going. I think it's gonna be really cool. We're very
excited. Are you guys like Nashville locals, or why did y'all choose Nashville for the brewery?
My husband and his best friend, who are two of the founders, grew up in Murfreesboro, so like a little bit outside of Nashville, and we all kind of converged back on Nashville when the plan started to come together to start Bearded Iris, and it just seemed like a really great spot. Like a lot of cool things are happening in food and bev here, and were 5-6 years ago as well. And there's just not a lot at that time. There wasn't a lot of breweries. There still aren't in comparison to places like Asheville, for example. But
I mean, come on.
It just seemed like a good spot to open a brewery.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't wrong. Like, it's not getting any smaller, the city.
Yeah.
Definitely a better market than if you went back to Murfreesboro for that. Because like, it's not as accessible. There's not a lot of people there. So
for sure.
But that's cool.
So I'm going to bet that we are all around the same age and all remember these Columbia House mail-in order catalog things for DVDs and movies and CDs. You don't remember these things?
No.
Oh my God. How did you guys? All right, fuck it. Never mind. Anyways.
Skip it.
Wait,
next
so
topic.
I'm skipping it then. Fuck it.
Walk us through though. You get like a catalog in the mail.
All right. I'll bring it.
You're only 1 year older than me. Like how?
Bruh, come on now. All right. Anyway. So they used to have these things where kind of like a Sears catalog from the fucking ancient era that you could fill out a form, and basically you buy one movie and you get like 5 for free, and it was all like VHSs you pick from a catalog, right? You like check a box.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was a good deal, but then like
you get some shitty ass
small
movies?
print, and this in the small print. No. In the small print, it'd be like, and you're committed to doing this 5 more times. Like,
whoa,
so you're technically buying, 5 or 20 fucking movies.
25 films.
Yeah, and again, in the long run, you're committed to buying like 20 movies.
Okay.
But I don't know. I was looking at something like some throwback shit from whatever, like saying like only this era people will remember this thing. And I remember it was like the same time frame where people were sending like those AOL dial discs in, like the free trial, and then like in the same mail you'd get one of those things. Like, and I'm like, I only did it one time. I was wondering if you guys ever did it, but obviously you guys never did it. So
no, we didn't. Wait, but you did it one time, so you got 25.
I did one time, but no, I did a CD one. So
okay.
Yeah. So
I remember something called like BME, which was like
same thing.
It's the same thing where you like did you tell them your preferences of music, and they would send you a couple CDs every month or whatever.
Yeah. That's cool.
What you're talking. Well, it is if they can do it right. But I remember me and a buddy of mine when we were doing like comedy YouTube videos or whatever, we made fun of it, and like apparently like they would send shitty ass music every time, just like whatever they had available, no matter what.
Overstock?
Yeah. Like overstock CDs.
Hell nah. So
Pat, what was the CD that you chose
please tell me. We'll probably pick
I was really bummed if you were gonna ask that, but yes. All right, so
Creed.
I'm like, no, it wasn't Creed. It wasn't Creed.
Nickelback.
This is pre-Creed. Okay, this is pre-Creed. I think I was like, no, it might have been around that era, but I think I was like legit 10 years old. My parents were like, "We're gonna let you do it. Like, pick whatever the fuck you want." And I was like,
Usher,
sick. Oh, bruh. No. I think. All right, so I know I legit remember one of them
What?
One of them was for sure Smash Mouth.
Oh,
Astro.
Yeah, everyone owned that CD.
Everybody had
That's
Smash
surprising.
I know, but that was like, I was like, I want this, and like if I get 5 fucking CDs for free, then whatever. But I know that was
what
it.
What were the 5 that you got?
Shit, I don't know.
You don't remember?
Honestly, I feel like, all right, so don't actually, fuck it, I don't care if you judge me. I feel like one of them was like a disco album, like for sure, disco, like a disco hits album.
Cool. Could get behind that.
You know what? I'm doing this thing right now where I've been listening to Rolling Stone's top 500 albums of all time from 1 to 500. So I started at the top, and I'm on 80.
Just like
9. 80. No, I'm on 90 now. I've listened to 90 albums this year. Okay.
Dang.
And I listened to Erykah Badu's Baduism today. Before that was David Bowie's. Yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
Before that was David Bowie's Hunky Dory. And before that was Miles Davis Bitches Brew. Which Bitches Brew. I'm gonna let you in on that. So this has brought me down a whole like musical journey. So but I think this is kind of like what sparked the idea of bringing this topic up, because I was like, man, what gaps? Like I fucking had this like Smash Mouth album back when I was 10 years old, whatever. What gaps did I miss growing up? So I started this thing, and I think that kind of spawned the idea of like, oh man, like what was I listening to then? Like when I you could first like for real remember what you were listening to. And man, this list has brought me down a whole journey. Bitches Brew in general, like just in particular, I learned, so it's a jazz album, right? Miles Davis. And it's only 7 tracks. Okay. The first 2 tracks were an entire record. Like they're a half hour a piece, the first 2 songs.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then the rest of it is another record. So it was a double album, right? But I'm like, I open it up in iTunes. I'm like, what is this? Like, why is it so fucking long? And then I'm sitting here listening, doing work or whatever. And my wife comes in and she's like, oh, what song you on? I'm like, still number 1. Like it's still, we're still going. He's killing it. And there's like little bios of why they chose the album. Right. And this particular one has a deluxe version. So this one is like an hour and a half long. The deluxe one is like 2.5 hours long.
Dang.
The complete recordings are 4.5 hours long.
The boy 4.5.
Bruh, guess how many days? All right, I'm gonna take a poll. Us 3. I know the answer, but how many days do you think it took to record this?
Oh, he's a genius, so probably did it in a day, to be honest.
Jenna, what do you
5
think?
days.
Split the difference, bruh. It's 3 days.
3 days?
3 days. He recorded with like, a superstar cast, obviously. But anyways.
That's awesome.
It's been a journey. And I think the fucking
cool
Columbia. You should do it. I'm trying to convince people to do it.
I want to do it now.
Do it. Yeah. It's great. They just released it last year, I think, their update. But man, the top 100's got some fucking bangers in it for real.
No doubt.
Like a couple Bowie, couple Outcast, lots of Beatles.
Lots of Beatles, obviously.
God damn.
That's cool.
It's pretty fire. Anyways, I think I want to thank Columbia Recording Mail-In thing. I feel like they set me on this path a long time ago.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'll say like the only like our generation, the only mail-in thing that I remember is from like in school CCS? When CCS obviously was a skateboarding thing, but like in school they did that like science pamphlet, and you could like order like science kits on it or books. I forgot what it's called.
Like Scholastic. Yeah.
When they had they would give it to you in class, and you would like register, and you had to ask your mom all that shit. That's the only thing I remember.
Bruh, my parents were not about giving their fucking credit card number to no piece of paper. They were tripping on some Scholastic. And it bummed me out because I was like, man, I could only read so many books a year and get points to save up for this thing. Like,
right.
Well,
anyway.
Well, Chanda,
you did.
How much time you got? We got how many topics we got, Pat? Chanda,
I mean, we could keep going if you want, but I mean,
we don't want to keep you. We do this thing. We do several topics, but like we don't want to run. We don't keep you.
Yeah, well, I have time for one more question, and then I have to go buy some rollerblades. So
okay.
All right. The question is, why are you buying
her about the rollerblades? Don't ask her. That's her own business. That's her own business.
Nah, bro. It is our business now.
Tell us.
No, I wanna. Okay. So the backstory is when I was born, my parents owned a skating rink.
Dope. Where?
In Nebraska.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Peak 80s, right?
That's like amazing.
Late 80s. And so I grew up like roller skating. My parents were like competition roller skaters.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Wow.
And recently, last weekend, my 11-year-old niece had her birthday party at a roller skating rink. So like that's coming back around. Kids are now having parties at roller skating
really?
Rinks. So we had to go, of course, and not a great roller skater anymore.
Mm-mm.
Oh man.
It does come back, but like it's been a while.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, this is like, I want to get good at this again, Then I was like, maybe I should buy some rollerblades. Maybe I should get out there on the street and rollerblade a little.
Get out them streets.
On the streets. I'm also like teaching myself to skateboard soon.
There you go.
So that's a new thing that I'm doing.
Love that. Love that.
So it's all part of like just, I guess, wheels.
Yeah. You gotta roll around. You know what I'm saying?
If you want some hook, all right. So I assume if you're learning to skateboarding, there's a couple of dope resources in Nashville for this. There's a ladies skate night and a ladies skate Nashville Instagram that you should join, which is sick. It's like all ladies sessions. So like there's no judgment. All right. So when me and Drew were growing up, me and Drew both skateboard. When we were growing up, there was a big stigma about people like being real good and then like skating with people that are less good, I guess you could say, or just starting out. Like you didn't really skate together kind of deal.
Yeah.
And but this is like a no judgment zone. The people that run it are sick. I can introduce you if you want. And they have lady skate nights over at 6th Avenue if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Which I can get you some passes if you want. Your boy was a manager over there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to hook up on skateboarding in Nashville, like go ahead and hit your boy up. I got you.
I will let you know. We're gonna actually we're starting this new thing for the brewery. Well, we haven't officially started it, but we're going to, where we all learn something over the course of like 30 days.
I love that.
And we're gonna video it and put it on the interwebs. So
love every bit of this.
Mainly me breaking my arm learning to skateboard.
You knock on wood, you won't break it. It will hurt.
It's gonna be really fun. So my thing, we kind of challenged our whole team to think of something that they've always wanted to learn to do, or kind of know how to do, or whatever. And over the course of 30 days, we're all gonna learn to do those things. So
that's so sick.
Mine is skateboarding. Originally, I came out real strong, and I was like, I want to learn to kick flip in 30 days. And I was like,
oh fuck. Okay.
Literally never been on any board.
Wow.
It's probably not happening.
All right.
So what do you guys think? What's a reasonable thing that I could learn? I will say I have decent balance and athletic ability. I'm not clumsy, but I think a kickflip is way out of my.
It's probably a minute away. Yeah.
But what is reasonable in 30 days, having never been on any type of board ever?
Shove it.
and you could probably get a pretty decent ollie in that time.
Okay.
Ollie and
like-
shove it. Shove it.
Like-
Do you know what a shove it is?
No.
It's like
All
where
right.
you take the board and it turns 180.
Like,
So like
Like you're standing on it.
Like, it's
and
like
you're,
this.
stand on it like this.
it's like
and
this.
you do that.
Throw the board and you land on it.
So you
Oh,
pop
like
the
in the air.
yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
So there's a pop shove it.
Okay.
There's a pop shove it, and then there's a shove it.
You
So,
kind of
like,
scoop it with your back foot
you
and
scoop it with your
Okay.
back foot, and it turns 180. You could test it out. Like get on your board tonight and just like do that. Shove your back foot behind you when you're on the
Throw
board,
your
and
back
it'll go
foot.
in front of you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's where it lands.
Okay.
You
Okay.
kind of lift
Alright.
your front foot straight up, and your front foot will guide it, and throw your back foot, like scoop it behind you, and your front foot will catch it.
Yeah.
And then you just
Okay.
lay it
You
down.
guys have a lot of confidence in me. Like I've literally never
100%.
stood
Oh,
on a skateboard.
well, that's-
so,
You
like-
got it.
To
You
be
got it.
honest, like there are
Got it.
two things that the beginners learn first. It's shove it's and it's ollies. Like that's like the
Okay.
two things. And the
Three
shove
things.
it is easier than the ollie because all you do is just go boop.
That's true.
like
Three
that.
things though. It's how to fall. There's
Okay.
there's a way to fall.
That's true.
Okay.
What are give me your tips right now for falling?
Roll.
Don't put roll. Don't put your elbow down.
No
Okay.
elbow.
Just fucking arm it, like,
Yeah.
like dead body, lay it out. Because if you elbow down, you're breaking something. Like,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
And
you're first off, you should have your knees bent most of the time anyway. So you should be pretty close to the ground. But like when you fall, the key is to roll. Like the key is to like
yeah,
because most of the time, like when you're a pro skateboarder, you have to learn like let's say you're doing a 360 flip off of a 12 set. Like you have to learn how it feels to get on there. So like they will do the trick, but like barely not land it and then like have to roll out and they don't
Mhm.
get hurt, which is crazy
Yeah.
to think about,
Yeah.
also another big thing is trust yourself. Like if you feel like you're not gonna land it or you feel like it's wrong, kick it away. Like
Mm. That's
you'll
good
learn
thing.
to feel your body move in the motions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
a
the quick
weird-
tips of the day.
This
It's
is so
quick.
great, guys. Like I feel like I would probably need a separate session where I just like
Yeah, of course.
set up the video, but I'm also on the skateboard and you just like
Oh,
coach me through
We can do it.
We
We
can
can
do
do
it.
it. We should set this thing up.
Quick
dude,
6 or
with
skate
Zoom.
lessons.
Yeah, that's what you guys should do. You should teach your guests to like do skateboarding tricks.
Yeah.
Oh man, legit. When I was working at the shop, when I first moved here, I didn't know what I was gonna do because I moved just from production work, like producing TV and shit. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I applied to work at the skate shop at 6th Avenue. And I was like, fuck, I don't know about this whole lessons thing, guys. I'm not really about like teaching like childs how to do shit, And they were like, oh no, bro, you got it. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll try it. My first lesson and my only lesson, I did one lesson ever, was with the kid that was 2.5 years old.
Oh no.
This boy fucking hated me, bro. Like,
Oh.
I don't know why. It was because his dad was like his hero, right? Like his
Yeah.
dad was there. And I was
Yeah.
like watching. I was like, bro, this kid fucking hates me. He doesn't want to listen to anything I say.
No.
He's just like sitting on the ramps and like running around and shit. And I'm like,
How am I gonna get this kid
come
to
on,
roll?
man. Like, I don't even think he gave me daps afterwards. Like, he just kind of dipped out. Like, he was like,
Aw.
ah, fuck you.
2.5, bro. You can't.
And
you
that was
I
it.
know.
Yeah, that seems really young.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would think. And I mean, he still goes there. But the next time he had a lesson, he came up to me. He was like, his little baby
Yeah.
fist. He's like,
Little
bro."
tiny little baby
Yeah.
fist.
I was like, fuck yeah, bud. But it's weird to say fuck yeah to a 2-year-old,
You can't be saying that. You can't be saying that. Well,
This has
Chanda,
been
thank you so
awesome.
much. You've told us so much about, your experience with the brewery. I think,
Mhm.
I think you guys are going to definitely push through this pandemic and come out with some great stuff because, just with the
Amazing.
5-year anniversary stuff, you guys like collaborating with people, like it's really
That's
dope.
cool.
So I appreciate you talking with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for featuring us. We appreciate the love always.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Or I personally am gonna push featuring you on you guys, Andrew, so many times. But the rhyme and the reason. So I know we talked about you guys did some bottles and stuff, but the rhyme and the reason, the ones that I could pick up, and fuck it, I forgot to talk about it. It was my first ever beer release thing I did ever done. It like a beer release for a specific thing.
Wait, you've never gone to a beer release?
Well, no, like we started the show and people would just send us shit. I know I never.
Oh, you mean like you're featuring something like from a specific.
Well, yeah, but like a limited, limited release window type of deal where I actually had income. I could go and get it. Cool. Living in LA, you're broke as fuck all the time, unless you're Drew Basley and he can just do whatever he wants. So. No. Okay, bud. This was my first beer release that I actually like went on the website and
how was the web experience for you?
Actually very good. I was gonna tell you, like it was no fucking sneakers app. What I've heard the horror stories of that shit, like trying to get Jordans on release day or whatever. But no, it was really smooth. Like for everyone listening, it was really smooth. The ordering, like the clicking and things, like you don't have to worry about when you add something to the cart if it's gonna go away if you try to like buy more stuff. Like it's like sealed in there, which was really cool and really reassuring. So
good. I hear that. We did a lot of like work on the front end with our web firm to really try to ensure as much as we could. We still had some glitches, but to try to ensure that, it was as smooth as it could be. We don't know, this is our first online release as well.
Oh, cool.
We've spent the past several anniversaries trying to kind of hone in how to throw like a great party.
Yeah.
And it was like, and here's COVID, no parties.
There you go.
Pivot.
Well,
so we were just trying as much as we could to make it, like a less stressful experience.
100%. And I mean, the whole thing was legit. Like, and it said at the end of it, like, we'll email you when your order's ready. And I was like, okay, cool. I got worried about it, of course, and then like I tweeted, but you guys responded almost immediately, and I was like, oh, sick. Like they're on top of it. It's just not ready. There's lots of orders. So
yes.
And then when it was ready, I went, and pickup was seamless. Like I just said my name, and then whoever was behind the counter just packed it up, and they said, do you want to buy anything else? There was a fridge of beers that were on tap and canned or whatever right there. And I was like, actually, I do. I want to buy the hot. I sent Drew this. I sent Drew a hotline as well.
Nice.
And I was like, I want to get the hotline, because I think that was like that had just released too. And I was like, I'm gonna get this, because honestly, I try to try everything you guys put out. It's never gonna happen because you guys put out so much stuff, and it's just great. But I don't know. I all I'm saying is it was a great launch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be featured. Thank you for wanting to talk to me.
100%. I mean, yeah. I mean, and happy Women's History Month. This is what we're doing this for. It's dope. I think it's so sick that you met a guy that you fell in love with, and you're like, you had a dope ass idea, and it turned into something that people really love. So
yeah,
that's the coolest thing. You guys have a shared. Me and my wife both work at the same place too, and it's kind of sick. I gotta say, like it's a cool thing to do, like working at the same spot, because you're like, bro, you can take lunch breaks together if you wanted to. Yeah, you're partners in multiple ways, which is really cool. So
yeah, we don't work too much together, but maybe in the future. Not by choice, just we do different things. But
yeah,
well, but I mean, there's so many things that you got to do for your business,
I think that as a whole, like our founding group of friends, like it's all love between us.
That's
and
so
so
sick.
like we just try to project that out to like our
Mhm.
team and then to everyone who enjoys Bearded Iris. Like that's at the core of our brand is like friendship and love. And so like we just want to put that out.
And it comes through. I mean, the first time I had Homestyle, I was like, coming from a person who we did this show for years before I came to Nashville, and I was like, fuck, I was honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was honestly worried that moving back to the South, I was gonna be bummed out about the craft brew selection.
Yeah.
And coming here and finding you guys made moving to Nashville a little bit brighter for me.
This boy loves
honestly.
beer.
Yay!
He loves beer.
Legit. Like, I'm not kidding when I say, and I've said it on this show multiple times. I'm sorry, everyone that's over it. You guys are my favorite brewery in this city.
So the great thing is our audience is going to love the fact that, you know, you representing Bearded Iris came on and got to talk about your brewery, got to talk about like your process and all that stuff and your collaborations. They're going to love it because Pat's been hyping you guys up. So again,
hype train running.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. And I will hit you up if I need skateboarding advice. Otherwise, just wait for those videos.
I will.
It's gonna be primo content, I can guarantee.
All right. 100%. I'm waiting. All right. Wait, I think you got an ollie and a shove it in you. I think you do. I can feel it. Yeah. I don't know. There's just a certain thing you can see somebody and you can be like, they're not gonna do shit. They're just gonna eat. They're just gonna fall a lot. I think you might have it in you. So I think you got it. I
appreciate that vote of confidence. I'm gonna
take
it to heart. I'm gonna take it to the streets. I'm gonna do it
to the streets. To the streets. And anytime you or any of the team wants to come back on and hit us up, fucking we'll do some beer releases for you guys if you want. Okay, I'm trying to spin this, but this is fucked up, you know.
Look, we had a rhyme and a reason. Okay, can we just?
We did. Your boy gonna be faded. Thank you so much. All right.
Well, thank you guys. Bye. Have fun. Finish those 5 other beers.
Oh God. That'll be other episodes.
You are tripping. I ain't finishing 5 beers. I will get divorced.
Brandon, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, dear boy. Anyway, well, Pat, you want to close this out?
I do. Well,
you want to talk about anything else? Your boy your boy been on here for a long time. Got a PP.
Oh, I know. We should close it out. Honestly,
shouts out to all the people who got a PP listening to this episode.
You know, shout out to Small Bladders. You know, it's your boy.
It's your boy, Small Bladder. You see me shaking in my lounge hair.
You know, this boy got room on baby body. Anyway, shout out to Chanda and everybody at BIBCO for hyping this episode coming, and thank you, Chanda, for coming on. That was fucking awesome. You can't buy these, but like next time they do an anniversary, go and check out their collabos. Shout out to everybody who did a collabo with them: Highland Park Brewery, Modern Times, Green Cheek Beer Company, Other Half, Creature Comforts, and Burial Beer,
Highland Park Brewing.
Yeah, everybody that's done collabos with everybody, like shout out to them. But like especially these 6, that's super cool. I don't know who did the bottle, if they did a collab with the bottles. But anyways, that was super sick. You know, I love the Bearded Iris. I'm gonna be super bummed if I leave Nashville and I can't drink it no more. So hopefully they get national. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna stock up. You don't believe me? You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a Bearded Iris in Costco, please? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I don't know some of that Costco's, bro.
Costco's, come on, man. give me some of that. Give me some of that 88 pack. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, shout out to Mount Julia Beer Company for hooking up some of these beers. And I mean, appreciate it. You know,
it's your boys.
Bearded Iris, Chanda. It's been your boys, Pat Artist, Drew Pasley.
Mm-hmm.
It's that first happy hour in a minute. Go ahead and subscribe to everything. It's been your boys. We out.